Yeah, the EHOME has a lot of potential, as you said, to just snowball this game. Because all 4 heroes are very good at pushing, and right now CDC only has a Grimstroke to really stop the push. If this Enigma gets a good mech timing, I think the towers will fall left and right. And CDC will have to address that issue with the last 2 picks.
So we'll see what CDC go to. They've picked up that troll with the Nyx and the Grimstroke. Do you like the trio that they've got so far?
Omni Knight against the Wraith King, yep. One of the best heroes in the game against it. Step again. I like it if they get to mid game, but the early game is gonna be a bit rough, I think. Like, there's a lot of potential for EHOME to just snowball the lanes and then get complete map control, and then out farm CDC heavily. But if EHOME, or rather if CDC makes the lanes go even and they get out of the laning phase without too much pain, then they should be able to transition to a really good mid game with the heroes they currently have. Because Troll with an Omni Knight against the heroes that EHOME has is very, very good. And of course, Nyx Assassin is going to be there to back him up, stunning the Enigma, Lashrak, Witch Doctor, all these heroes.
So we'll see what they want to round up these lineups with. As Omni Knight against Wraith King, a matchup we've seen previously today and went in the favor of the Omni Knight.
Yeah, it's so good because the skeletons just die from one purification. A lot of heroes have problems like cleaning them up, but Omni is one of the best offlaners for that. For CDEC, I think I would like to see something like a Lina that really makes use of the Grimstroke as well, and can pressure the Lashrak in the lane. For EHOME, what do they need? They need some catch. They got a lot of team fight, a lot of damage, but they need like a frontliner and a catch. Something like a Kanka would be really good, I think.
Another hero we have seen today that did really well was that Kunkka. It was with the Omni Knight too. That was that first game of the night. And now CDC, they go to the Morphling.
Morph. I mean, it's not terrible, but Troll Morph seems kind of greedy. I thought they would want more like spell damage and a combo for Grimstroke. Yeah, we'll see how the lanes go.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, they banned out the Kanka. I think for EHOME, Kanka would have been really good. And EHOME doesn't have too much time to think. 35 seconds now. They draft, it's good for them.
Could this be a situation where we see, Enigma 4 instead?
I think it's Enigma 4, yes. They want the call Lashrak to push. It's gonna be Lash, middle, Wraith King carry. They might just pick another offlaner now. Mars or something. OD. Okay. So it is the... Is it gonna be Lash offlane or... Nope, Enigma offlane again.
4 position Lashrak.
Yeah, so... OD is really good obviously against Troll and Morph. And Omni. It's just the problem is the Nyx Assassin, obviously. Like OD hates Nyx Assassin, that's also why CDC didn't ban it out. Because they feel confident that they can deal with him in the mid-late game. However, this OD with position 4 Lashrak is really good, because the Astral is a very good setup for the Lash stun. And then kills the mid lane become very possible suddenly. And they have no hero that can go mid lane now against this OD.
So I do like what EHOME has, but given enough time, which I feel like we've been saying that a lot, where given enough time, a team can do it, but those teams haven't been given the time. Like, these games have fallen apart at the laning phase really quickly. So can we see EHOME jump the gun here? Do they have the kind of lineup to jump the gun, or can CDC sustain through the laning phase?
Actually, like, looking at it objectively, like, the 3 cores they have, in late game should completely dominate the CDEC draft. Like this OD with the BKB, it's pretty much untouchable, just as the Enigma. So late game should be really good for EHOME. And laning phase should be really good for EHOME. So I'm honestly quite worried for CDC. They need to snowball with the Omni Knight and start pressuring a lot early. Because the Omni Knight is the only lane that should really win for them. He's gonna have to create all the pressure on the map.
Is his lane winning solo like worth it? Like not him solo, but being the only lane that wins, is that enough?
Well, unless they want to dodge and put the Omni Knight against the Enigma, then that's what they'll get, because this Enigma will have a really good time top lane. I mean, bot lane. I hate this one.
Prepare for battle.
Russian head wheel is so fucking funny. But yeah, how are they gonna set up the lanes? They want the Enigma against the Troll. Not Troll, I mean Morphling, no matter what. And yeah, if they set it up that way, then Omni Knight will have a really good time against Wraith King, but Omni Knight with 2 cores that are underfarmed should not be very scary.
So we'll see how they end up setting this up, what they're able to get away with. And how this laning phase is going to end up going.
I mean, just looking at the lanes, Troll OD is quite even until OD gets more levels.
30 seconds to battle.
Omni should beat Wraith King again, and Enigma should beat Morphling. So all in all, should be quite balanced throughout the map. As I said, like EHOME, I think has a late game, so CDEC will have to pressure quite early.
Do they have the supports to pressure efficiently? You know, Grimstroke and Nyx Assassin, you know, I know Grimstroke can really do quite a bit, but is there enough there with the Nyx Assassin too?
It really depends on how many levels the Nyx Assassin gets. If he gets a fast 6, with a carapace, he can set up a lot of ganks, which can result in a lot of pressure on the map. But if he has like a hard time getting there, then he will feel kind of useless this game. UTP top, Nyx Assassin, okay.
Could this be a potential for more of a utility build on Faith Beyond instead of, say, BKB and Blink?
I think this game, you definitely want BKB and Blink at some point, but you're probably gonna get like a mech first, just like how we saw in the last game.
Yeah. I think he just needs to also be a little bit more willing to take the shot, unlike the way JT was. But that, you know, that wasn't solely on him. That, you know, it is hard to find that right spot.
Yeah, now his team was just so far behind, and if your team is really far behind with Enigma, just feel pressure to make it work, and that's usually when it never works.
So we'll see if we see the same thing here from Faith Beyond. Faith Beyond, a very good offlaner, usually really good at securing his farm, even if he gets behind. He knows how to really pull out his lane.
Yeah, but this time he should have a quite easy lane. Like Grimstroke Morph can't really do too much against Enigma. They just keep denying creeps, and yeah, not too much you can do about it.
So
Yeah, then the Omni Knight should dominate top lane as well.
So the offlaner should have a good time, theoretically, from both sides.
Yep. But what I'm a bit worried about is Omni Knight can't pressure as well as Enigma can with a good early game.
And do you think Jinkyu needs to be stationary in this lane, or are we going to see him be more mobile than not?
He'll have to be stationary for a while, but at some point he will also have to move, because like you can't really help this morphing too much. Sorry, Leshrak. What was I looking at? For some reason I thought Jinkyu is on the Grimstroke. No, if it's Enigma, you can definitely leave him solo after a while.
Yeah.
Because all he really needs is level 3.
Okay, so maybe we'll see him move over, help out over mid. You could start off with, you know, an Astral Imprisonment, then go into a Split Earth, or do it the other way around. You know, whatever. I think they do have the lockdown, especially if Leshrac comes to either this mid or top lane to get something done.
Yeah, for sure. Leshrac is a support with a lot of capability of killing when you have a setup. And it looks like his OD might need some help, because he's losing a little bit right now. But nothing major. But you can't really pressure too much as a Leshrac with an Enigma, you know? So, might as well go to a lane where you can actually do something.
A lot of damage being done to Ferrari early on, and XM pops his Sal. Ferrari holding on so far, sitting quite low, but all he's got is 2 Tangos.
He already used 1 self as well, so that's the second self he's bringing in the courier. XM is really pressuring him a lot.
We saw a bit of this with the Kunkka matchup against the Necro. This kind of domination early on.
Yep. But Leshrac is being setting up right now. Nope. Timing won't work out.
Might still be able to pull something on the run. But with James there, I'm not too sure he still wants to commit to this. Xinkyu avoids the stun, and they bring Victoria over. So some rotations coming out from CDEC, you know, opening up a lot of space here for EHOME.
Yeah, exactly what they needed. They wouldn't have gotten the kill even if the stun connects, because the troll was out of mana. Like, TP rotations were like a bit panicky, you know. But at the same time, Morph against Enigma, you don't really care about having a support there or not.
So this lane kind of quieting down, and in bottom as Faith Beyond just continues to farm. They do bring Victoria back, but that's no surprise. The only question and only potential surprise is if they can really do anything bottom to Faith Beyond to punish him.
Yeah. Actually, I'm quite surprised about the top lane. Wraithking is getting complete free farm, and Omninet is being the one getting pressured heavily. Might actually die here if you want to fight for the rune. There's still a mango available on the Wraithking.
Takes the stun. And now we'll see how much he wants to chase.
There was a little misplay by Wraithking. He didn't wait until the Grace ran out to stun him. That's why the stun tapered off so quickly. But overall still fine, he got the rune. No, he didn't get the rune. Omni got the rune actually. They got 3 bounties on Radiant.
So actually a bit of a win there for CDEC, despite the harassment that they've been taking.
Yeah, but this mid lane is gonna get harder and harder for the troll. He'll probably have to go jungle relatively soon. When OD hits 6 most likely. And Enigma just retreating to the jungle now, farming up there, which gives Morph complete free farm though.
Should you be willing to give him that kind of free farm for just a moment while you try to farm up the jungle a little bit?
Right, seeing a top fight happen. Not really much.
But they've got the Ink Swell, so that does stun to Leshrac and give them enough closure to get themselves first blood. They'll take out Xinkyu, they'll look over at Innocence. The Wraithfire Blast slows down this CDEC lineup, but 1 shot away from dead is Innocence. And
stroke.
Stroke of Fate gets it. Nicely done.
Very well done, yep. We kind of see the same thing that happened in our first series that we cast today. Teams are trying so hard to shut down this Omni Knight and kill him, but he just doesn't die. And then his team turns it around. Because they have nothing available anymore.
Yeah, having all this sustain early, you try to throw everything at this Omni Knight, and then you've got nothing left, and then you've got to run.
Yeah, people are really not used to this new Heavenly Grace yet.
They're still going after him, but again, to no avail.
Yeah. New Heavenly Grace is super good for laning.
And it's not even that he's got 3 or 4 points in it, it's just a single value point.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 12-second duration with 50% status resistance. Yep, quick heal on a Grimstroke, won't get the kill either. The early game is going really well for CDC again.
Something we said that need to happen for them for, to kind of have that belief that they were able to make something happen. So if they're able to keep this early game continuing in this fashion, I mean, things look good.
Yeah. The slasher might become a little bit useless.
I'm surprised he hasn't done anything. You know, he's tried, and you know, to Xingqiu's credit, he's tried to get something done, but it hasn't worked out.
I think his rotation to mid and top lane was too late. Like, he wasn't really needed bottom, he didn't do much. And instead, put a pressure to Omni Knight, but now Omni Knight is too high level, you can't really pressure him out of lane anymore.
Double damage.
So, a 1,000 net worth lead for CDEC. A good little start here, 8 minutes in. And Troll and Morphling leading the CS so far.
Yeah.
Leading the net worth as well as the Wraith Fire Blast comes in, but that is going to be countered with the Impale of James. And there's the Cask bouncing around, seeing what they can do with that one as rotation comes out from Froy with double damage, but Wraith Fire Blast stuns up 1, 2, 3 for a moment. The Stroke of Fate slows down the OD. So again, you know, you go after the OD, but with no results.
Yeah, this heavily good. Did you see the Astral just tapered off in 2 seconds? This is gone. The ability is so strong. You really, if you want to set up a kill on Omni Knight, OD needs to be there right from the start. He can't TP in, you know? He needs to be there hitting him, laying in the damage, and then ulting him. A lot of failed rotations so far from the Dire team.
Yeah, continuing to let the lane stay pretty much open here for the Morphling while doing so too.
Yep. I can't really pressure the Morphling anymore. Way too high level. But they're setting up on the kill here as well. The Nick staying on the side here. If he gets an Impale off, I don't think they have to damage to kill him, but pressure him a little bit.
We'll see if they do go for Faith Bounty. It is also setting up towards that 10-minute bounty room timing.
Yeah, Lash is also rotating to bot. Gonna be a 4 versus 3.
Malphus. But just kind of letting himself get hit. Trying to draw in Faith Beyond. Oh,
Yep.
and there's the Split Earth with the Spike Carapace coming through. They look over at the Leshrac. Xingqiu ends up dying, and now Inkswell will be a little bit short of getting Innocence, but XM throws a shot, does a lot of damage here, slows him up, continues to give chase. Innocence on the run behind his tier 2 tower, but no one here to help him, so he'll fall too.
Yep, and 4 bounty rooms for Radiant as well.
That is a big way to boost that economy.
Where are the pressure points here from Dire? OD is pretty much the only one that can really kill right now. So he'll have to get involved into some fights relatively soon. Going for Hokaya. Okay, standard build. And Omniat is just having a free game again.
And we saw that, you know, in the first time we saw Omni Knight. What do you do afterwards? So what do you do after you give him this open lane? Now he's got 2 into the Heavenly Grace, all 4 into the Purification. He's a sustained machine that nobody on EHOME can kill.
He doesn't care at all. This time they should have damage though with the OD. Especially once he finishes Akaya, he's gonna lay in the pain. But then there's this Nyx Assassin.
Has Vendetta off cooldown. We'll see if he makes a move at anybody just yet.
Always going for the fast Diffu, I like it. Pressure together with the Morphling. You can't go for a greedy item build if you have a Morphling on your team. You need to be able to fight. There's no way they're gonna give up the bot tower. Omnian has a TP available, so they're definitely gonna fight for this one.
So see what they're able to do. They've got the break here as well as the stun that hits onto Xingqiu. He's easily dispatched.
Wait, he just ran behind the tower there, completely alone, and pretty much was fed. Very questionable decision by Xingqiu.
Yeah,
He didn't even use
quick
his
little
EDP
1-2
to
punch.
push the tower.
Radiant's middle tower
Okay.
is under attack.
Maybe thought his team was going to join him, but so far forward, it's hard for his team to even step in that spot.
Yeah. Wraith King is continuing to farm top. Omni pressuring top alone very aggressively. He knows they need at least 3 heroes to kill him. There's no chance.
Stun, Ivanly Grace. Pulse Nova doing a lot of damage here onto the Omni Knight, trying to run. And Purification once more, but just ringing in his ears is this Pulse Nova. And they chase him down, they get the kill. So very big there for EHOME to lock that one out.
Yeah, this level 3 Edict actually putting in the pain. I didn't think it would do that much damage. Yeah, he got the tower in trade, and they know Lash to be top and used all his resources, so they can probably get a bottom tier 1 as well. Even though he died, it was still a very good trade for him and his team. A mech has been completed on Enigma now as well, so the team fight is just that much stronger. I'm still waiting to see some action from this OD. Like, they're pushing middle tower as well. They need to do something here. They're giving up way too much map control. Carapace top. TP coming in.
See what they're able to get here is they'll look over for Jinkyu. The stroke of 8 comes through, but it won't hit onto this Leshrac, so again able to just walk away on that one.
It was just to defend the tower. It wasn't coordinated too well, because they could have easily gotten the kill there if they TP right away. But the main objective was to defend the tower. All 3 towers still very healthy on the Radiant side. The top one, half HP. The middle tower is very important for the Dire team. That's also why they're not denying it. Gives super much map control that you need. Enigma also TPing for it now. They don't want to give this up no matter what.
We'll see if they can hold. Moving forward once again, and Innocent's looking to try and throw a cask. Soulbind comes in, they've got the silence on the Enigma as well as this Witch Doctor, but they'll drop the Sanities. XM ends up falling here to Innocence. They get 1, but they can't get more than that. We'll see if the Troll ends up being worth it if they can go for the tier 1 tower over mid.
Yep. That's the tower for the Dire side. Omni Knight, you gotta be careful here.
Omni Knight way too far forward. They do commit the black hole to this one, and they will get the kill.
I'm a bit baffled, to be honest, how everyone's just walking in by themselves. What is happening?
They had everything on lockdown, and then they gave up those 2 kills. They gave up the mid tier 1 tower, and all of a sudden, just like that, things kind of open up for EHOME.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about this OD. If he gets his BKB, and he will have it in like about 5 minutes, then he's going to destroy this Radiant team. They have nothing to deal with him if he has a BKB. And we saw it there, the Troll. He got obliterated by the OD, even with Omnia next to him.
Just couldn't survive, and now you need to figure out what you do need in order to survive in this game. Because that BKB is going to come sooner rather than later, and then CDEC is going to have a bunch of problems.
Yeah, I mean, the silver lining is they're going to get the mid tower now at least, which opens up the map for them. But they're more than likely going to lose the bottom tower and trade. Troll has Diffusal up now. Once Troll gets a BKB, they also have a very strong timing for him, because then he also doesn't care about the OD, obviously. Then it will depend on whether he can get Black Hole or not. Going straight into the Blink Dagger as well on the Enigma.
They're not seeing the very safe BKB into a Blink Dagger. This time just straight Blink Guardian Greaves.
Yeah. Just wants to have that aura presence for his team. And Leshrac, thanks to those 2 kills on the Omni Knight, actually getting very far. Quite high level as well.
He's setting up over bottom. He's got level 4 in the Diabolic Edict, so they can potentially take these towers very quickly.
But they're not going to give this up one easily. You don't need to give up this tower for nothing. And it's a decision to defend it, even though it's still taking a lot of damage here. The respawn skeletons plus the catapult might actually put it in deny range. Yeah.
That was...
Are they going to choose to deny it or not?
A lot of damage being done here. Yeah, forces the deny. So, I mean, they technically, the tower, they might even be able to get the Nyx Assassin, but Jinkyu left by himself, gets close to getting the Nyx, ends up dying here as 4 heroes converge on his location and clean him up.
Yeah, but there's 5 heroes on that side of the map. It's very good for Dire. They're very efficiently farming right now, and there's no objective to take for Radiant on the bottom side. But not a bad death at all. Because right now, Dias is waiting for 2 core items. One is the Radiance and the Wraith King, the other is the BKB and the OD, and then it's go time for them.
They've almost got this BKB finished. Just about 400 gold needed for this OD to get the components to clean it up. So a couple of camps here, a creep wave there, and they should be good to get that BKB, but we'll see if CDEC can slow it down by maybe getting a kill here as they smoke up towards top.
Yeah, they smoked up under vision though, so they're not gonna get anything here. And again, there's no objective top at all. They're just running around like headless chicken right now. Although I say that, and they're just pushing tower in the mid lane with the solo morphling. That was really ballsy, because they saw the smoke top. If Dire wanted to, they could have just jumped him with the newly picked up blink on the Enigma.
He's got this blink dagger, he's got the gap closer, as well as, you know, being ready to throw this black hole. It's off cooldown. So we'll see how willing Faith Beyond's ready to be with this.
BKB up now on the OD. 500 gold to finish the Radiance. And then they're super strong. And it's go time.
They might be smoking up relatively soon. They're under a sentry ward, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
Yeah, Morph also finished up his Lincoln's going for the E-Blade next. Very normal build up.
BKB picked up here for the OD. He's going Blink Dagger next too.
Very good choice. So you can jump in together with the Wraith King, who's also going to pick up Blink Dagger later. I'm wondering whether they will start to be really aggressive once they get the Radiance, because they're giving away a free Roshan right now.
And they need to start to come over. Just way too little too late. Spike Carapace comes in, Stroke of Fate, but EHOME not committing. But that's happening, and Jinkyu is just pushing your tier 3, so you need to be careful.
Yeah, less than half HP. Duel's almost completed on him as well. 3 bounties for the Dire side this time.
And they're really putting in a lot of pressure. They'll eventually find Jinkyu here and get that kill, but
Nyx already has his duels completed. Very fast. Even faster than the farming Leshrac.
yeah, but the
Now
Leshrac
they have
is...
the Radiance up. They have the BKB up. They do, however, have to fight into an Aegis. I don't know if they want to do that. But Troll doesn't have a BKB yet, so if you want to fight, it's now.
If you can
They
win
might
that
also
fight
farm.
with how low the tier 3 tower is, I mean, you could potentially break high ground on a victory.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about their late game being very strong on the Dire side though, so they're not forced to fight, but if you build a BKB and OD that early, you really want to force fights. Because otherwise you feel quite bad about building it, and not more efficient items instead.
It's a close game in terms of net worth, but it does feel like EHOME have a slight advantage here.
Yeah, and this OD is still king of the game right now. If he gets to hit the Morphling, he will die. They do have to Troll BKB now as well though, so he will be able to stand toe to toe with the OD as well. OD cannot man fight a Troll with BKB on. Not possible.
We'll see. We'll see if he ends up trying or ends up losing, trying to man fight. But at the same time, you know, I think they're complacent with where they're at. I think they are fine to wait for Faith Beyond to get his BKB as well.
Yeah, I like that decision to forego the Griefs, but it doesn't really do much this game. Just go for the BKB instead. Because once you have that, nothing can cancel you, and you can just black hole the Troll or the Morphling, who are going to be nuisances for your OD.
Anything to make that OD stronger, especially when he's got a bit of a net worth lead. They will start to rotate as they're in the jungle. They look over, and they will get the first life of this Wraith King. We'll see how EHOME retaliate, And stunned up, but the Astral Imprisonment is there from Ferrari to keep him alive a little bit longer. CDC not leaving. They've got the Impale as well as the Adaptive Strike. They'll do the damage. They've got themselves the Soulbind. That'll connect him to Innocence, but he's able to survive this one out. Spike Carapace comes in, and finally they'll get the second kill. He's dead for 50 seconds, and the chase comes in from CDC. Jinkyu uses Yules on XM, and that's all she wrote for that one.
Yep, taking it very cautiously. They really just want to wait for the BKB on the Enigma. I think they could have fought this if they had the OD blinked into the backlines and start hitting the supports. But they just really want to take the safe route here. They don't want to throw anything away.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And you throw away too much, all of a sudden now you're in that kind of same position where is Faith Beyond comfortable throwing a black hole? Or is it worth even throwing that black hole? You know, you maybe put your Enigma in that kind of spot. But by just losing the Wraith King, I think that's okay. I know that's a setback on one of your cores, but overall, I think that's fine.
Yep. There's only one tower left now. If they manage to destroy the tower, they can really start to keep them into their base and just out-farm them heavily. Because right now the Nyx Assassin is very scary for the Dire lineup. The Radiance can trigger it, the Leshrac is very scared of him obviously. And then the Odie as well. Every mana burn is gonna hurt so much. And he's getting his next set of items soon. He's gonna get a Blink Dagger, followed by the Aghanims after. If he gets up to the Aghanims, he's gonna be a nightmare for the Dire lineup to deal with.
What could they even do to that point? It seems like they've been ahead and it felt like EHOME was ahead for so long, but just recently it's kind of fallen back to him. It's a 2,000 net worth lead, but it definitely feels bigger than that.
I think they're just too scared. Like they had the OD BKB, but they still conceded a free Roche for some reason. I don't know why. They really just need to start fighting because they're just getting picked off the map by this Nyx Assassin over and over, and it just can't keep happening, you know.
You would thank me.
The age is finally run out,
but they needed a kill and they're getting a lot of farm, so it's a good Aegis overall.
It is. But at the same time though, there's this glooming threat of a BKB Enigma in this game, and it's a very scary one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A tithe to the impurities.
Radiant structure.
3 bounties once again for the Radiant lineup.
They've got to have gotten 3 of 4 of the last 3, like, sets.
Yeah, they've had the bounty controlled pretty much throughout the entire game, except once where Dia got 3.
But other than that, they've had their eyes set on the gold, and they've gotten that bounty room in 3 out of the 4 a couple times. So, you know, that boost in gold, that boost in the economy here for CDC. When you've got multiple players looking for Ags, you're in a good spot when you're picking up those bounty runes.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how CDC is going to try to approach the late game once this Enigma actually has BKB, because it's going to be very, very scary. Richard's just going to get picked up again.
Just a quick 1-2 punch there.
They might knock on high ground here. It's just before Enigma has BKB as well, so if they were to push now, it would be super good for them. But they don't know, of course. But... yeah, knocking on high ground here. They're very afraid though. Understandably so. They haven't seen this Enigma for a long time.
Seemed like a pretty lazy impale attempt there from the Nyx Assassin, but just drawing attention for the moment. EHOME, they don't lose their tier 3, they don't get raxed or anything, they hold for now, and, well, I mean, where is your answer for EHOME? Do they just have to get the guts here to kind of just go all in?
Well, they're waiting for this BKB, and then they're gonna feel really comfortable to fight. Because the Aegis also just ran out a while ago on the Troll Wallet, so with the new pickup of the BKB, they should feel really confident and really strong to fight, and I hope they will do so as well. Just regain the map. Now you're in the driver's seat. You force down the towers.
4-man smoke, not under vision, so good for EHOME. We'll see what they're able to do with that.
Yeah, right with the BKB, I liked it a lot. But, you know, CDC is not just going to hand them a free fighter, you're going to have to earn it. You're really going to have to pressure them. Oh, Nixus has an unsmoking. Very nice positioning by him.
Nothing they can do afterwards. Great job by James there. Because that could have been momentum for EHOME. That could have been a spot for them to try and bring the game back. Spike Carapace hits on a 2. BKB is popped and the black hole comes in. This is just on the Nyx Assassin. They'll use the ulti here for the Omni Knight. Now they'll look over at Lostrak. So that was the black hole used and really not finding much of anything. Jinkyu goes down. The chase continues from the Radiant. James ends up dying here to Innocence as they stop the TP of the Witch Doctor and get themselves a second.
There was way too rushed by the Enigma. He just BKB'd and blinked in as soon as Nyx jumped in. I mean, okay.
I mean, only getting a Nyx is definitely not worth it.
No, for sure not. Now your Black Hole's on cooldown. Oh, that was rude. Oh yeah, now Black Hole's on cooldown for over 2 minutes. CDEC might look to force something here. Ball and Morph are insanely fat as well.
That's one of the big problems here with this black hole. You know, if you don't hit it, it's such a bad feeling because you don't get that opportunity again for minutes. You know, big chunks of the time go on throughout this game, and you don't have what makes you a hero.
Yeah, and now guess what? Roshan's back up. Black Hole's on cooldown. There's no way you're gonna fight this. And Black Hole is still on cooldown for 2 minutes, so even after this Roche, they could still try to force down the Rex. Easiest Roche ever.
Man, no
He's
contest
going
here.
to the Morphling this time. Because Troll, of course, is the BKB. There's no threat to him. And he's gonna run straight down middle, I think. Or are they? Are they debating me? Four-man smoke up. Running towards bottom.
Let's see what they're able to do with this one.
Now Morphling has to act like a boss though. Morph targets allies, so they're gonna have two Nyxes. Oh. Does Morph? Oh no. Morph doesn't get the extra burrow ability, right? If he transforms into a Nyx with Axe.
Well, he gets the Tiny Ags ability, so he might get it.
Oh, he actually. That would be so funny to have like 2 Nyx assassins borrowed next to each other and just mana burning.
Yeah, I know when I saw Morph do it with the Tiny Eggs, he was able to get it. Oh boy, Witch Doctor in trouble. Wickens gets popped. I don't know if it's gonna matter. Innocent's very dead.
Goodbye.
Oh, yeah, it's a quick 1-2 pop. Spike Carapace now, and the break with the stun. Stroke of Fate comes in with the BKB being popped by XM. Moving in on and gets the root, but there's the Astro Imprisonment. We'll see if that really matters, because again, Spike Carapace comes in. Every time he is near this Nyx, it's just Spike Carapace with the Radiance burning.
Very overzealous by the troll though. He knows there's an OD in the backline. There's no way he's just gonna die like that. But yeah, now there's gonna... Black Hole is available, right? Yeah, Black Hole is up, but they're just gonna go for the tower anyways. If they don't get Black Hole with both cores at once, this shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, and he transformed into the Nyx. Now they have 2 Nyxes.
Just looking to slow siege this.
They have to be really careful. This Morph can carapace you now as well. They like don't get baited by this.
Eve moves forward, continues to chip onto this tier 3, just blowing off Ferrari! And great black hole, it's on to 4. We'll see if this is the turnaround they can get. Ferrari buys back and uses that Sanity's Eclipse, gets the kill on all 3 heroes real quick. Looks over at Victoria, that's going to be a 4th, could be a team wipe as they look for the Morphling. They've got the stun, pops the Lincolns, looks over at Eve, Faith Beyond moving forward. That was finally the black hole that he was looking for. They've got the Yules, they'll hit the stun, and this could be the team wipe they need. Waveform, high ground, perfect position. Oh. Just able to get out.
Not well about the morphling, but this is one of those scenarios where you bait yourself. You blow up this OD and everyone's like, ah, let's go, let's go. And then it's Enigma sees a perfect opportunity and just black holes 4 heroes. We said there's no answer to the BKB black hole. Gets it on 4 and just gonna get completely demolished. It was, however, a buyback on the OD, of course. And black hole's on cooldown again. You can see the gold lead is still 8k in favor of the Radiant side. By no means was it like a GG moment or anything, but it's what they needed to get back into the game. Now they have DD, Morphling, and straight down back middle again. No OD ult, no black hole. Let's go.
So let's see what they can do this time. No buyback on the OD either, so you get blown up like that. And, well, that's it. They look forward. They've got the Spike Carapace, Stroke of Fate coming in. Now the E-Blade looking to pop Innocence. They've got the cast bouncing around. Eve taking a lot of damage. The Purification comes in. They use the Greaves to look over the ulti thrown. Eve running away. He's able to turn into the Omni Knight and Purification himself. He's, yeah, gotta be careful with that Maledict.
Yeah, like, I don't know why he changed heroes, because the Omni would have taken 0 damage. Oh, Lash is trying to split push bottom Rex.
Yeah, he's trying to get that tier 3 first, but they're gonna glyph it up and, well, they don't send anybody back just yet, but we'll see if Leshrac is persistent because they've also got top pushing it.
Yeah, that's the sole reason they did not lose the mid-Rex right now, the Leshrac. Very well done by Xinkyu, forcing them to retreat. And they might not be able to use his Aegis anymore, should expire any moment now, like in a minute or so. But look at that Nyx Assassin, 1000 gold away from the Axe. That is such strong timing for the hero.
And then we'll see if they've gotten themselves the double Ags.
Morph is not going for it, unfortunately. I would love to see it. Even, you know, becoming OD as Morphling is so good when you have Axe. You have like 1400 cast range on Astral.
Jesus.
Ah, quick fingers by James.
Such a long distance with that then.
Yeah, because it adds the 600 cast range on top of it. Or even like a 2000 range mana burn would be pretty sick too.
Eve coming over, Spike Carapace, but again, you've got to watch out. They've got themselves the second Nyx Assassin. He's going to waveform over with the BKB being popped. They've got themselves the Black Hole that's going to land on the Morphling. They're doing a lot of damage, but they have the ulti from the Omni as well as the Soulbind coming through. Stroke of Fate hits on 3 of these heroes. There's the E-Blade thrown. The Link is going to be popping the Morphling. Spike Carapace once again as he turns back into the Nyx Assassin. Xinkyu can't do much. He ends up dying. They'll look over at Faith Beyond. They'll get the kill. They'll take out the OD. Dead for 103 seconds. And Innocence tries to TP out, but at the last second, they will get the Yules, they will get the kill, and they will take out 4 on EHOME.
Yep. Double Nyx Assassin. They solo Black Hole the Morphling, and they didn't have the damage to bring him down. Because he had BKB on. We spoke about it. Once there's BKB, OD does nothing, and well, they don't really have anything to defend now. They're probably still get mega creeped here. OD no buyback. And even has buyback but no black hole, so it's not worth it to buy back. The Witch Doctor should buy back though. The character is chilling.
They're just gonna try and clean up these buildings, and they're taking out top, they're taking out middle, they'll look for bottom, could just be straight megas. They don't have OD for 40 seconds. Spike Carapace again, E-Blade blowing him up the first time. They'll look for a second, and BKB's gonna be popped as well as a refresher. Black Hole comes in, but it's only gonna land on the Nyx Assassin. This is not what Faith Beyond was looking for. The Soulbind attaches him to the Leshrac. They've got the Split Earth, that hits on the Nyx, but they'll take out Xinkyu. They'll lose James. Innocence goes down, waveform forward, and goes down again. He'll buy back immediately. They take out the Leshrac. Xinkyu gone for 80 seconds, and this is going to be megas.
Yeah, and GG as well.
Wow. So very well done by CDEC. They moved to 2-0 while EHOME moved to 0-2.
Yeah. Damn. GDEC, man. I'm underestimating them, but I'm starting to believe.
Yeah, they have shown up to be quite solid.
Like, EHOME one desperate, like, tried to defend the base. He sold pretty much all his items to get the refresher up. But if you have no OD, you have no damage at all. And CDEC really understands the timings well. The decision making is very good. And it feels like their mid lane XM guy, like, handling everyone today.
Yeah, he's done a very good job on the Medusa as well as the Troll. And again, CDEC pull out a victory. A 2-0 here to start against EHOME as well as IG. You know, definitely stronger competition there in EHOME, an invited team, and then a win over an open qualifier team. So CDEC, they look set and have themselves on a good path to playoffs. At least for the moment.
How many wins do you need to secure it? 5?
I would say it could be 4, could be 5. It depends on.
5 is to secure it, I think, and 4 is like you're most likely in, but something could happen.
Yeah, so we'll have to see.
There.
We'll have to see what they're able to do and what they're able to pull off. But coming up next, we're back to Sirius. They're going to be up against Serenity, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. Stay right there.